Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video called Love It or Fear It. Basically, it's a list of 20 things that I have to talk about if I love it or if I hate it and my reasons why. So there's 20 of them, so let's just get started. Number one is bugs. It depends on the type of bug, really. Like, ladybugs don't bother me, dragonflies don't bother me, grasshoppers, praying mantises, butterflies. Those don't really bother me at all. Like, I've held ladybugs in my hand, like, that's no big deal. I would say probably, like, cockroaches or anything that looks really disgusting. Those I am afraid of, but overall, I don't mind them. I wouldn't say I love them, but I don't fear them completely. So, yeah. Number two is spiders. Hate them, fear it, yes, no. Like, just last night, I was coming home with my fiance after getting food, and I was walking underneath a tree, and this spider, probably, I don't even know how big. It was black and red, it was like, I don't even know how big it was, but it hit me in the forehead and crawled up on my head, and I screamed and, like, freaked out, and, like, the spider wasn't even on me anymore. Like, it wasn't even crawling on my head. It was crawling on, like, the little web thing that was above my head, but still felt like it was on my head. So, yeah, I hate spiders. No, I don't deal with those. Number three is cars. I'm not afraid of cars at all. I drive, I have nothing wrong with cars. I am afraid of being on the freeway, though, so if you really want to know, I guess that can tie into it. Not afraid of cars. I am afraid of freeways, though. Number four is heights. Yes, I'm afraid of heights. I'm only 5'4", 5'5", I don't even know. But, like, anything above a 3-story building or anything that, like, I can see down below me, I hate. Like, this corresponds with number 5, which is roller coasters. But, yes, I'm afraid of roller coasters, but mostly because of how tall they are. So you will never see me go on any ride at Six Flags, or Knott's Berry Farm. Never in my entire life will I step on any of those rides at all. So number 5 would be roller coasters. So I hate roller coasters. It's because of the height of them and the speed, I guess. But what you guys didn't know that is if you're afraid of roller coasters, you're most likely going to be afraid of the freeway and vice versa. But it's more common to be afraid of the reason why you're afraid of roller coasters is because you're afraid of the freeway, but Number 6 is boats. I have never been on an actual boat. The only boat I have ever been on are the ones at Disneyland, and that's pretty much it. So I can't really say that, yes, I'm afraid of boats. I have been on boats at Disneyland, those ones that aren't even on the tracks or anything, like the canoes. But other than that, I can't say if I like them or hate them or fear them, so yeah. Number 7 is small places. Yeah, I get claustrophobic in small places, like in public bathrooms especially. I don't even know why. They're not even that small, but I think like the stalls, because they're small, I kind of feel like the need to gag all the time, so yes, I would say small places. Number 8 is death. I'm pretty sure everyone's afraid of dying. I'm not exactly afraid of dying. I'm more like afraid of dying before my time. Like, I'm afraid of dying before I'm able to get married and have children. That's basically what it is. Or dying when my children need me. So, yeah. Number 9 is children. No, I'm not afraid of children. I want children personally. So I think they're nice and cute and cuddly. I know they're a lot of work, so I'm not like just one of those girls that's like, oh yeah, I want a baby because they're so cute and I want to dress them up like a little baby doll. No, they're hard work. I know. I've babysat before. So, but yeah, not afraid of them. Next is marriage. Obviously, I'm not afraid of marriage. I mean, I'm engaged, so love them. Scary movies. I don't hate them. I'm not afraid of them. I just dislike them. I think it's because I'm not a huge adrenaline junkie. I don't really like the feeling of adrenaline because I get an anxious stomach and it kind of makes me want to gag. So scary movies are not really my thing, but if I've seen the movie a billion times before, like the Ring movies, Disturbia, even though that's not that scary, yeah, if I've seen it 1,000 times before, I don't really care. If it's a new scary movie, then yes, I will care and I don't prefer it. Next is flying. I've only flown probably twice in my entire life. I don't remember being afraid of flying. I probably would be afraid of flying now just because I don't like being up in the air because of the height. But other than that, I have never been afraid of it. I probably would be now though, so I guess I would say yes. 13 is the woods. I've never been in like an actual foresty wood before, with like bears and all that. So I'd probably say I'd be afraid of it just because I hate the outdoors and there's bugs and spiders and potentially animals that could kill me. So yeah, I would say fear it. Number 14 is people. I'm not afraid of people. That's kind of silly and ridiculous. Like, people are all around you. I'm not really afraid of them. I just don't like talking to them particularly. I'm the kind of person that's like, I'm not going to necessarily talk to somebody unless I feel the need to. I'm more like personal, private, but I'm not afraid of it. 15 is childbirth/pregnancy. Pregnancy, I'm not really afraid of. I know a lot. I know like 3 of my friends have gotten pregnant and have had babies this year. And they said like pregnancy was not that big of a deal. The only thing that kind of sucked was that your stomach was constantly hurting because the baby was constantly kicking. You were having a bunch of acid reflux. You had to pee all the time. So, not really afraid of that. Although I do have a really bad gagging reflex, so I'm probably going to throw up a lot. But childbirth, yes. I will say I'm afraid of that because, one, my fiance is 6 feet tall. He was born, I think he said almost 10 pounds. I was born around 6 or 7 pounds. I'm going to explode. In the nicest way possible. I will explode. Unless I have a cesarean section, which in that case, I'm still afraid because my best friend had a cesarean section with her daughter, and she said it was the most painful experience in her entire life. So, not keen on either of them, but has to happen if, you want children. 16 is the dark. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. Yes, I'm afraid of the dark. I think it's mostly I'm afraid of looking behind a curtain or a closed door and seeing something inside of it, or seeing like a killer or a murderer or rapist or something. Like even in my bedroom, I have like Halloween string lights up in my room so that my room's not completely dark. I don't know, just the dark is depressing for me. I don't know why. I used to like the dark, now I hate the dark. I don't know why. So yeah. Number 17 is speaking publicly or publicly speaking. Yes, I hate publicly speaking. Even in high school when I had like maybe a class of like 10 students, I would still like freeze up. I'd be like holding my paper and like shaking, feeling like I'm constantly out of breath, wanting to like, I don't know, oh my god, I hate publicly speaking. Like, I can't do it. Number 18 is solo performances. So any like singing a solo, dancing solely, or doing a monologue. Yes, monologues I was terrified to do in drama in high school. I think I got through not even half. Like the first 3 lines of my monologue before I was like, and like, yeah, I almost passed out. Singing a solo I never have actually done. In front of an audience, like a big audience. Like I was very comfortable with my choir class because I had the same group of girls in my choir class for 2 years. So by the second year when we had to perform solos in front of everybody, I was perfectly okay with it. I would stand up there and sing and be perfectly fine. If you put me in front of like an audience of more people other than my choir class, I probably would have like freaked out. Dancing solely isn't that big of a deal. I've done it for choir. I was the only girl that danced in one of my show choir pieces, and didn't faze me. I mean, I was the only person that was dancing, but my whole class was on the stage with me, but they were just singing and I was dancing. So maybe it's different because like everyone's trying to focus on on me dancing and singing, but if they're just focusing on me, then maybe that'd be different. Number 19 is failing. Failing classes is not something that I'm afraid of. I do hate when I fail a class just because I hate being a failure. But I'm not afraid of failing, other than like failing in my relationship, failing as a parent, that kind of stuff. But that's like common fear, I would say. I'm pretty sure every parent, when they first discover that they're expecting a child, the first thing that pops into their mind is, well, what if I'm not a good enough parent? It's probably everybody's fear, so it's probably not even that big of a deal. And then number 20 is moving away. And this wasn't really explained when I saw it. I'm guessing it's like moving away from your family and friends. I'm not really afraid of it. I'm just mostly afraid of not being able to take care of me and my fiance the way that we need it to be taken care of. But moving away, no, I'm not really scared of it. I mean, I was afraid of moving from my last city to the current city I live in, just because I had all my friends back in that city that I'm not going to be naming. I'll call it City A, and then I moved here to City B, and I didn't know anybody here, but I made friends right away, so it didn't really matter after like the first day. But yeah, anyways, that is the Love It or Fear It and video, and I tag all of you guys to leave it as a video response, or just to do it on your own channel and tag me, or do a little annotation saying that I tagged you in it. And thank you guys for the few of you who requested it on Twitter. If I can, I will put your Twitter names down below, unless you don't want me to. I know 2 out of the 5 didn't want me to put their Twitter names down below. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and please comment and subscribe. Bye, guys.